Hi guys, so today's video is going to be about this Harbor Freight air compressor. I bought this used off of Facebook Marketplace, not working. So that's our goal, is to see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. The guy I bought it from said he's owned it for several years, always been stored inside. It looks pretty clean, but he said he plugged it in, it wouldn't power on. There's a little reset switch on the motor, and he pushed that and he saw a bright flash from under this shroud, and then it wouldn't do anything. And he didn't want to just throw it away, so he listed it, picked it up for $15. So we'll see what comes out of it. Okay, so I used my multimeter just on continuity check, just to test between the two flat plugs and the ground pin, just to make sure there was no shorts to ground. So I was going to pull the shroud off. There's a screw on each side, but the shroud is also held on by these mounting bolts that mount the compressor. So the only way to get the shroud off is to remove everything. So just going to plug it in. I've got a nice heavy gauge extension cord here. You can see the little indicator light there. We'll see if it trips the breaker. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And flip the switch on. And nothing. But it didn't trip a breaker. Still got light here. So looks like I'm going to have to dig into here. Okay, so I got the shroud off. And yeah, there's basically just two lower bolts and a screw on each side, and then you have to, once you get all the bolts out, you have to slide this cover out like this to tip it off. So as soon as I got this off, I noticed the issue. So let me get this thing turned around. So right here is the little reset button and it's a circuit breaker. And you can see there's a wire that is just off. It looks like it got a little hot, melted. I don't know if that is when it touched the circuit breaker or what, but I would guess that it doesn't fit on there real tight. So with the vibration that these little things put out, it probably just vibrated loose and came off, wouldn't power on, and it just happened to touch when he tried to trip this breaker or something. So I'm going to tighten that connector down a little bit, just give it a little squeeze with some pliers, get it back on there and see if it fires up. Okay, so that's hooked back up. My pressure switch is in the off position. I plug it in here. Now without the cover on here, this fan is just out in the open. I want to make sure I don't get caught in that. Okay, plugged in. There we go. All right, so you can see that was kind of slow, but kind of what you expect for these types of units. Looking at the spec tag here on the back, it's 5.3 SCFM at 90 PSI or 6.2 SCFM at 40 PSI. So I did a video a while back on comparing my Craftsman to a Cobalt air compressor, just the CFM of those two and how long they each took to fill. I'll post a link up there. But for 15 bucks with this super easy fix, it's a no-brainer. I could probably turn around and resell this, but I have been looking for a smaller air compressor to put in my garage upstairs, just for inflating tires, using the air nozzle, whatever. So for 15 bucks, this will fit the bill. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like what I do, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, we'll see you later.